Okay, continue. My name is Cheryl Blackshire. I am the project and policy analyst in the Outreach and Educational Partnerships Unit at the Office of the President. The UCBAC conference is housed in our unit, I think for a couple of reasons. Um, uh, one of the former steering committee chairs is our vice president and vice provost for graduate and undergraduate affairs. And then my direct supervisor, who is the executive director of the Outreach and Educational Partnerships Unit, is also a steering committee member. So we wanted to provide, again, just a little bit of content and context for everyone's understanding of the upcoming conference, but then also allow Vanessa to provide you with further details on expectations for your various roles and what you can expect in the upcoming week. Vanessa, did you want to introduce yourself as well?
Yes, hi, my name is Vanessa Otto. I use she, her pronouns, and I'm the Strategic Initiatives Manager for the Vice Chancellor for Equity, Diversity, and Inclusion Office. So I'll be the main point of contact for our volunteers on site here. So thank you so much again for committing your time. I know we're all very busy, so we really appreciate the time that you are offering for this conference. And let me turn it to my colleague, Belinda, Dr. Zamacona.
Hi, everyone. My name is Belinda Zamacona. I use she, her pronouns. I'm the Deputy Chief of Staff for the Office of the Vice Chancellor for Equity, Diversity, and Inclusion here at UC San Diego. Thank you so much again for volunteering your time and for just putting our best foot forward as a campus and as a community. And I just want to give a big shout out to Vanessa, who on behalf of our campus has just dedicated so much time, effort, and energy to just celebrate this conference and celebrate our Black colleagues system-wide. So I look forward to working with all of you and seeing you soon.
Thank you, Belinda. And then I also wanted to give Bernie Fitzsimmons an opportunity to introduce herself as well.
Hi, everyone. My name is Bernie Fitzsimmons. I'm with the Event Services Group at the Office of the President, and I am working alongside Cheryl and Belinda and Vanessa on the logistics side of UCBAC. I'm grateful to have all of you. It's wonderful.
All right, thank you, Bernie. So let me share my screen so that we can go through these slides real quickly. Want to make sure that we have time at the end for you all to ask any questions. We are recording this again for any colleagues that may not be able to join us today, but also if you need to refer back to it, you'll have an opportunity to do that. Uh-oh. So for our time this morning, we're just going to do a quick overview of UCBAC for 2024, including the anticipated attendance, a look at the agenda, so you'll have an idea of what all will be happening around you. You've pretty much met the UCOP and UC San Diego leads, but we'll also provide additional information regarding our direct contact information, and then again we'll review the basic roles and responsibilities based upon what you all may have signed up for. So just a little bit of context in terms of the UCBAC overall. It is a council, if you will, of steering committee members from across the system, but it is UC's system-wide effort to increase and support the African American and Black presence on UC campuses and to improve the diversity in student recruitment, faculty retention, curriculum development, and administration. And so the conference itself is a learning experience centered around the African American presence at UC. But the conference is open to any and everyone within the UC community that is interested in advancing diversity and leadership at the UC. So currently we have about 262 total registrants. That includes some of us worker bees behind the scenes who will be working alongside you all. But this is a little bit of a breakdown of who's coming from each of the campuses, as well as the Office of the President. We do have someone from the Lawrence Berkeley Lab that is joining us, and then we have a few intersegmental guests. And this year, the committee wanted to kind of look at things from a broader scope, if you will, in terms of higher education and how it affects the African American community. And so we have some colleagues from the CSU, from the community college system, as well as some of our community-based organization partners that we've worked with in various capacities. And so this year we'll have 112 colleagues who will actually be attending the conference for the first time. This is a little bit of a breakdown of when we do the registration, we ask kind of for the professional focus area, just for us to get a sense of what spaces are people working in. And so you see that student affairs is one of the larger areas, as well as DEI. But we also have colleagues from UC Health who are doing outreach. We have folks in the legal space. So as you can see, it's a vast range of colleagues from various professional categories, if you will, that will be joining us in a couple weeks. So this is very small, and we will definitely provide you with a better copy of it, but this gives you an idea of what the agenda will look like. On day one, we'll open with some entertainment. We have a group that we've identified that's gonna kind of elevate us and boost our spirits first thing in the morning. Opening ceremony, campus welcome, and then our plenary session will be with Dr. Calvin Mackey, who is the CEO of the Channel Zero group and STEM Global Action. If any of you have heard of STEM NOLA, this is the same gentleman who established that particular program, reaching youth across the nation to introduce them to the notion of STEM. Then we'll go into lunch and then have afternoon concurrent sessions. Folks will be able to choose which sessions they want to go to. Most of the rooms will accommodate about 60 people. So we'll be in the Price Center West majority of it. So is it Thurgood Marshall room? No, that's not true. Is that true?
Marshall's not one of the rooms, but
No, Marshall's not one of them.
yeah. So there's 5 rooms total to match the sessions. They're all going to be in Price Center in either the college rooms, or if you're familiar with, I think it's like Sun God Lounge side of that floor as well. So those are the breakout rooms. They're all going to be on the same level. And so we try to keep them on the same floor to make the flow easier.
Thank you, Vanessa. I was getting ready to call all kinds of other names, and I knew that they were not correct.
Yeah.
And then in the afternoon, we'll have another plenary session. And as you can see, that's where we have some of our intersegmental partners that are participating in a conversation around the state of Black higher education and leadership in California. And then we'll close out with the networking reception tentatively scheduled at the MPHC Plaza. But if weather is not permitting, we'll be in the faculty club. And then on day 2, we'll open with the plenary session, which will be somewhat of a fireside chat around the intersection of AI and social justice. And then the goal is to be able to do a group photo. Hopefully, weather will agree with us so that we can do it on the stairs just outside of the Price Center. Is it the Triton stairs? Triton steps. Okay. And then we have one more set of concurrent sessions, and then we'll essentially close with an awards ceremony and luncheon. We have 3 awards, and colleagues are able to nominate folks to be considered for these awards. And one of the awardees is UCSD's superintendent of the Preuss School, Dr. Helen Griffith. So definitely happy to celebrate her accomplishments. Just so you'll have an idea of, again, kind of the strands and the themes of the sessions. And again, this is more so just kind of informational for you, for your idea of what we've tried to do over the last couple of years with the conference. But there's an organization called Black at UC. It's Black Leadership Administrative Council, I believe it is, but it's essentially some of the leaders of the Black faculty and staff associations across the system that come together and try to collectively, address issues across the system. So we usually have a couple sessions sponsored by them. We try to address health and wellness, best practices, and then of course, career and leadership development. So in terms of your roles and responsibilities, the session monitors will definitely be looking at your support in, greeting and welcoming the presenters into the rooms that are assigned, making sure that the sessions are beginning and ending on time. All of the sessions are for 60 minutes. We'll have a packet for you with, the time cards, so that you can remind the presenters of remaining time. We'll have 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and I think we'll do 1 minute as well. We'll have information on how you can contact the appropriate folks in the Price Center if there are any technical or AV problems. So again, just really making sure that the sessions are running smoothly. And then, of course, providing assistance to the presenters if they have, handouts or, anything like that. Registration, which I'm sure Vanessa can go into a deeper dive if needed, but essentially the goal is to basically have the registration table separated by alpha, and then we want to have a separate registration line for the volunteers and the speakers, so that we can ensure that they're getting appropriate information. And then greeters and wayfinders will definitely need some of you to point folks in the right direction to get to their various sessions. Once we confirm where the group photo will be, we'll need folks to, help us direct folks to those areas. And then, of course, you all are very familiar with, your own campus. And so you'll have, ask me buttons, if you will. So any and everything related to what's in the Price Center, somebody might want their Starbucks coffee or their Jamba Juice instead of, what we're offering. You can point folks in the right direction in regarding to those things. And then other duties will be setting up signage, breakdown and setup, all of those types of things. Vanessa, is there anything that you wanted to add to that?
Yes, that pretty much covers it. Yeah, so registration is just basically owning the registration area, helping us set it up and handling the registration. So we will have signs up on the wall to help guide folks to the correct line to distribute folks across the table, so we don't have as much of a bottleneck. And then we'll do registration. Typically, we do registration through iPads, and then we'll also have hard copies as well. But that'll depend on how many people we have for registration. So, but we'll have one or both of those options to run the registration.
Thank you. So in terms of contacts, I've again, everyone's pretty much already introduced themselves. I've already made mention of Sandra Williams-Hamp, who's the executive director of the Outreach and Educational Partnerships Unit in the office of the UC Office of the President. But someone else who you may also see on the UCSD side is the event specialist that works alongside Vanessa and Belinda. So Maddie, is it Agamata?
Agamata, yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Some of you may be familiar with her already if you've attended any of our big cultural events. So she will be on hand as well to provide on-site support.
Okay, so we'll be sure to provide everyone's contact information for the day of the events. But wanted just so you'll know kind of if you have questions, who should you be going to. Someone that I don't have on this slide, but you will want to know about is we're using the Whova app for all things logistically for the conference this year. And so our program coordinator, Melissa Rivas, is going to be kind of my Whova guru. So if people have questions about, the functionality of the Whova app, she'll kind of be our go-to for those types of questions. So we'll be sure to include her contact information. So just for final thoughts, Monday and Tuesday, if you're volunteering, again, we'll have Ask Me buttons. You'll have a name badge, but we'll add the Ask Me buttons that you can, pin onto your name badge so folks will know who our volunteers are and who can help provide information and point them in the right direction. Vanessa, did you want to follow up on the other parts of this particular slide?
Yes, so we're starting to just put the schedules together, and we'll start, if you haven't received it, we'll start receiving individual calendar invites to hold the time for your shifts, and I'll have just my contact information. And we'll also have a packet of information when you check in as well. That will be helpful. So some of the details that Cheryl shared with you will be in there as well. And so as far as on site, so I'll be your main contact on site. You have my email, my phone number, and as a backup there is Belinda in case of other inquiries that may come in. The sooner you send any questions or concerns that can be addressed beforehand, the better. And if you have to cancel, please let me know as soon as possible so that we understand where our gaps are and we can reassign folks or fill in with our own staff. And I think that's pretty much it.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah.
So does anyone have any questions either about the conference or your roles? I'll stop sharing.
I just wanted to check if there was like any type of dress code that we should, I know professional, but if there's like t-shirts or anything that's given out, just wanted to make sure I'm wearing the right stuff.
Yeah, so the information that we've shared with the registrants is that it's business casual. We are encouraging, but it's not required on Monday for folks to wear African or cultural attire, just to be a little festive. And then on Tuesday, because that's only a half day, and we know folks will very likely be heading straight to the airport, so folks will probably be a little more casual on that day, and we just said rep your campus, so everybody will be in their UC something gear.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I can add that to the calendar invites as well.
And Vanessa, do we need more volunteers or do you think we have enough? Just wanted to check.
We did another push through this, and we did it through the centers and their networks as well. But if you have anyone else that may be interested, please feel free to send the registration. I think we can still use some more wayfinding. Wayfinding, I feel like the more we have, the better. Because of the stretches from the parking garages to some of the spaces. So definitely please share the registration link out. If we have too many, I don't foresee us having too many volunteers, but if we do, better than having less. So thank you for doing that.
Any other questions? Oh, does that mean we did a good job? Okay. Okay.
Oh,
So,
what I was gonna add
yeah,
is the will be, depending on when your shift is occurring, but we'll have like snacks and beverages available. And I think Bernie, we have enough catering for, for the people working the event, right? Yeah, so we won't let you starve while you're working.
no, gotta take care of the folks who are helping.
Yeah, and if you haven't tried the new Ventanas dining, that's going to be featured dining for the lunch hours. I don't know if any of you have tried that yet, so it'll be exciting we've tried it as a team internally. It's pretty good.
All right. Well, I want to be respectful of everyone's time. We did really good, less than 30 minutes. I know you all have plenty to get done throughout the remainder of the week. We're on Friday Eve. So thank you again for sharing your time with us to be able to make sure that there is an awesome experience for the UC BAC conference. At the UC San Diego campus. And needless to say, it's always you all who also make the conference so great and welcoming to all of the guests that are coming from across the system. So thank you again.
Yes, thank you, everyone. We appreciate your help, and we'll see you next week.
Thanks, y'all.